How to validate or qualify a complex MES system possible with cloud AI technology in a highly regulated pharma industry. Do you have some thoughts about the FDA requirements to these complex solutions? All right, so let's talk about pharma here for a minute. There is no greater shit show on the planet than manufacturing execution in the pharmaceutical industry. That's by far the greatest shit show. My engineers, nobody on our team wants to work in life sciences. By the way, nobody wants to work in life sciences. It's a fucking nightmare. If you're if you're a really, really great engineer, you don't want to be in life sciences. Okay. 80% of the work is documentation, the bureaucracy, the lack of agility. I mean, I'll say this. I've never seen the pharmaceutical industry be so agile than as it was during the pandemic. I mean, all the rules went out the window when it came to like developing the vaccine. And that's the simple truth. And we saw, we got to witness that with our own eyes. And anybody who works for the companies that make the vaccines will tell you, hey, listen, there were definitely exceptions. And, we definitely prioritized getting, approving things and stuff. So there's a great story about MES and pharma. Rockwell Automation partnered with a bunch of pharmaceutical companies to build an MES system for the pharma industry. And they spent hundreds of millions of dollars. The pharmaceutical companies and, in conjunction with Rockwell, spent an absolute fortune to build the single greatest piece of shit MES system I have ever seen in my life. Okay. Absolute piece of shit MES system. Garbage. And if you talk to the people who work in pharma, they'll tell you it's garbage. They'll tell you right in the meeting, it's garbage. Okay. It is the consummate data silo. Okay. Here's the unique challenges there are two unique challenges in pharma. One is the regulatory component, where the vast majority of engineering gets hung up on validation and documentation, right? Rightfully so. You're making drugs that are going in people's bodies. But it increases the amount of work, by a factor of probably 4 or 5, just in validation and documentation. But the other challenge is that pharma is the only industry where manufacturing is not centered around ERP. It's not centered around MES. It is not even centered around individual products. It's centered around something that is unique to pharma, and that is the batch record. So the center of the universe for all data is batch record centric. So the batch record is basically the genealogy of how a drug is being manufactured. That's what it is. If I wanted to look at the genealogy, that's what it is. Yes, Akos. Pharma is a shit show, especially on the MES piece. And I mean, you're not going to find anybody who comes on and is like, oh yeah, it's fucking amazing. I love it. Nobody says that. We treat life sciences very much the same way we treat oil and gas. So oil and gas, life sciences can help fund technological advancement because pharmaceutical companies pay a premium for their solutions. And they pay a premium because it's such a pain in the ass to work with them. And your engineers, you run the risk of turning over your engineers if you put engineers on life sciences. So the best engineers in the world, they don't want to work on life sciences projects. And it's not because they don't want to work on them because they don't move fast enough. Like if I'm a world-class engineer and I go work for Tesla, and my buddy who's a world-class engineer, when I say that, I mean full stack, somebody who's in the 90th percentile or greater in terms of total productivity in the full stack. Okay, that's your world-class engineer, right? If I go to Tesla and my buddy goes to a pharmaceutical company and we go back and we talk to one another 5 years later, I'm way, 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 way ahead of the guy who's been stuck in life sciences purgatory for the last 5 years. It's not that the people at, in life sciences aren't smart or gifted or anything, because they are. But do the world-class engineers want to work there? Fuck no. Hell no. Nightmare. Nobody wants to spend 80% of their time on documentation. Nobody. No one wants to have to revalidate something that they know is fucking correct. And they don't want to have to revalidate it 15 times. Okay. But the interesting thing about MES in life sciences, and the real challenge, is centered around the center of the universe is the batch record, and life sciences is the only industry where that's the case. And so everything about life sciences is very unique. So what is the path? What's the way that you should attack life sciences? You don't do it on the commercial side. We only recently realized this. So in the last couple of years. So when the pandemic first started, we were working with one of the companies that was doing the vaccine. We started right away with them, I think like in April of 2020 or maybe March. And we were using our architecture, and so we knew the vaccine was ready like in August or whatever. And I ultimately decided to use their vaccine because I was able to ask questions of the people who work there, like what percentage of the leadership is getting them and all that kind of stuff. But because we were on the commercial side of the business, things advanced really, really slow. Like they spent $250,000 and took like a year to get where they should have gotten in 90 days and spent 60,000. Like that was the rate. That's how slow things moved. But what we realized was we started partnering with a life sciences company based in Europe who has digitization of the batch record is a big question. I sent a BR question to your team. So real quick, ACOS, or I think it's ACOS. So what we're doing is we are creating a life sciences SME group out of the Discord, out of the Industry 4.0 community. It's going to be made up of people from Intellic Integration, 4.0 Solutions, GIS, so Galeris Industrial Solutions, and Skellig Automation, and anybody else who has expertise in life sciences who wants to join this group. And we're going to attack life sciences as like a single-headed monster, right? Digitization of batch record, ourselves, Skellig, and GIS all worked together on a proof of concept to do this very thing together as just a group. I don't think we even did it. Oh, it may have been done for a client, but I wasn't part of it. Another one of my engineers was. But digitization of the batch record is really the same as doing track and trace for discrete manufacturing. It's the same application, right? Matt Kendall, O&G SME Group. Yeah, let me go back to the oil and gas piece. Oil and gas and life sciences are the same, right? They are the industries you use to fund technological advancement for discrete manufacturing. So life sciences pays a premium. They're a pain in the ass to work with, but they pay a huge premium, and they have the money to invest in technological advancement. Same thing with oil and gas. Oil and gas is a pain in the ass to work with. It's not because they're bad people. It's two reasons. In oil and gas, it's feast or famine. So they have lots of money for a short period of time. Okay. When they have no money, they don't invest anything. When they have a lot of money, they invest everything, and they wanted it yesterday. So the moment oil and gas has a lot of money, they'll pay a massive premium for you to develop great technology for them, but they want it fucking yesterday. And they don't care that your wife just gave birth to a baby, or, their jobs are really, really hard, and they have no sympathy for your real life. So it can be an absolute, oil and gas, all good people, but it's either feast or famine. And when they've got the money to spend, they're going to spend every penny of it, and they want the work done yesterday. And it really drives engineers crazy. All right, hey gang, as a quick reminder, if you want to sign up for our MES boot camp, which is starting in September and running through the end of November, where we're going to teach you how to build your own manufacturing execution system with core capabilities, go to iiot.university or click on the link up here. And I'll see you guys in the very first session.